Hey, it's Keenan Pye, General Manager for Lithia Toyota of Abilene. Today is the second installment of Driving Abilene. And the co-star of today is the all-new, redesigned, bad to the bone 2020 Corolla. This is the 2020 Toyota Corolla. It's the 12th generation of the best-selling car ever. It has Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, which has pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, lane departure alert with steering assist, automatic high beams, dynamic radar cruise control with full speed range, lane tracing assist, and road sign assist. It has a larger head unit inside, and it has Apple CarPlay standard. It also has an available hybrid model, available Triple J LED headlights, has more horsepower with better gas mileage at 33 miles per gallon. It's completely redesigned inside and out, and it is amazing. Hey, we're here. Today we're going to see my good friend Kris Randolph at VIP Sports Getaway. He has several businesses under that umbrella. He is an amazing person. I think you're going to really enjoy hearing about him and his businesses. He is a hustler in the good sense. The guy is always working. It's pretty amazing what he has right here in Abilene and the services he provides. So let's go talk to him.
Yeah. I'm the king of tailgates.
Hey, look. Hey. We're starting off right, not planned.
Master's gear.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Kris Randolph.
Hey.
So, man, you have a great business here in Abilene. Tell us a little bit about it, how you started, and then the services you provide.
Absolutely. Well, the gist of the story is I'm from Snyder, Texas, and I was in the oil field business and the trucking side of things. And I was on the side of the road one day, had a blowout, and a motor coach passed me full of old people, two of them. And I was like, man, that'd be cool if I bought a bus and found out a way to get younger generation to want to go do things. Mm-hmm. So I put my logistical knowledge together of how I move freight around the world and vice versa, and figured out if I could do that with people. So the first thing I thought of was maybe golf trips. The next thing I thought of was, hey, Dallas Cowboys. Bought my first bus and drove it back to Snyder, Texas, and put it on the market. Hey, get on the bus. I'll give you a ticket to a Cowboy game. I'll flip the burgers and all that, the tailgate. And next thing you know, every game for the whole year was full. And so that was in 2007. I was like, wow, so if that was that easy. So next year I rented a 56 passenger bus to follow my bus to the games. And next thing you know, those were full. And I thought I was onto something. So I started investing in Cowboy tickets and was lucky enough to find some land by the new stadium, the Fishbone Grill, which now we own 3 acres across the street from Cowboy Stadium. And we can hold 2,000 people right now, but we meet with the city of Arlington next week where we can hold 5,000. So, long story short, we take around 1,000 people every game now. Have 14 motor coaches, have Abilene Christian, McMurray, Hardin Simmons, Howard Payne, Beltway Church, a lot of the churches here, as a matter of fact. And we're just expanding like crazy. And
so for you, for anybody watching this that, wants a little bit more business, I picked up on something pretty big there. Your first year, you said, and I was flipping burgers.
I was.
He now owns the only restaurant that is literally around the AT&T Stadium. That's it. It's just yours, right?
That's
so
it.
If you've ever been to a Cowboy game and seen Fishbone, that's his, and now you own the land right next to it, right?
Absolutely. The land behind it and next to it.
Right.
So now our footprint can be big enough to hold, 5,000 people.
Now, you do other things besides... and I hate to use the word just because that's just, you do a ton of that. But besides the Cowboys, you mentioned ACU and some of the other universities.
Yeah, we do all their athletic travel. All 3 universities here plus Howard Payne and Brownville.
Okay.
And we've signed them. ACU, we have them until 2025.
Yeah.
And then McMurray's following suit. So we're going to end up having all of them until about 2025 for sure. And beyond.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, you bust them everywhere, but something I think it's pretty neat that just happened. Obviously, AC went to
absolutely,
to the big show, right?
Yeah.
And
both teams.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you didn't have to bus them far, but if you saw on the news the VIP Sports bus that took them to the airport, that's you.
That's us. And then we took the women to Waco. Okay. So they played in Waco. So
okay.
So we're actually sanctioned by the NCAA. We're one of the few bus companies in this area that are sanctioned to actually carry the teams.
Yeah. And then how many part-time and full-time employees do you have?
So we have between part-time and full-time, we have about 40.
Okay.
Including the restaurant,
Yeah.
all the drivers, and the office staff here. And of course, as you know, we started our concert business.
That's what I was about to lead
Yeah,
into.
started our
Tell us about
concert.
that.
It's called, well, we do a lot of shows. I've done, Gary Allen, Tracy Bird, Clint Black. Got one coming up with Co Wetzel, Cody Jinks, Rick Trevino. And we've kind of branded that in San Angelo as the Concho Valley Spring Jam. So that's a yearly deal, Cinco de Mayo weekend. We have 3 separate concerts, and that's doing really well. And of course, we have a lot of sponsors. And of course, even the tailgate by itself is big enough to be one business by itself. And this year, we're happy to announce that we have a new car sponsor, Lithia and All American Groups. They'll be sponsoring the big tailgate.
Yeah.
We'll show you the truck out here that we're going to wrap, and it's going to be fantastic. And matter of fact, it goes to the wrap next week. And once that thing comes showcased out, it's going to look fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. We've been friends, I guess, 7, 8, 9 years, somewhere in that range. And, you've been on a pretty good rocket ship up, But it goes to show you, here's somebody that just kind of saw a need, and look what you parlayed it into.
Yeah. Takes a lot of risk.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what I say. Do what you say, and it usually all works out.
Yeah. And you do the Cowboys game, but you do some other trips too. I know because
Sure.
you just came back from
The Masters.
Masters.
Yeah, we did the Masters. We took a group of guys and we flew in, had one of our buses pick us up at the airport, played 4 different courses on the way down to Augusta, parked right on Magnolia Way. Francisco Molinaro walked right in front of the bus. I should have jumped out and got a picture, but they confiscate your phones. So anyways, in that area. So, but anyway, it was kind of cool. And we flew back and the bus drives back with all of our clubs. We don't even have to mess with the luggage.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you'll be joining us next year.
That's the fun.
Hey, I'm always selling.
So you kind of have befriended and done some pretty neat things with a guy named Ric Flair.
Yeah, Rick and I, we came really close. We did WrestleMania together. It was at Cowboy Stadium. I just called him up out of the blue. Said, hey, you want to come sign autographs at a tailgate party for Cowboy games? And next thing you know, we worked it out to do WrestleMania. We sold it out in 2 weeks, and we had a line that was 2 miles long just to get in, just for his autograph. He's a big deal, especially in the wrestling deal.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, he got sick. I was with him the day he got sick, and he had a 10% chance to live. And and he got through all that, and we're thankful for that. And next thing you know, I'm in his wedding. So I'm sitting next to Dennis Rodman and the Undertaker. So
you can go to Ric Flair's Instagram page and see this man. You have to scroll down a little bit.
Yeah.
It was probably close to a year ago, maybe.
Yeah, about six to 8 months ago.
Yeah. But you can see him on there. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, he's
and then of course Bill Bates.
Yeah,
Bill,
man.
He's a great friend of yours, Dallas Cowboy legend.
Played for the Cowboys 15 years. When we were trying to brand the tailgate, we were trying to figure out somebody that's blue collar that related to everybody and that would talk and speak to our customers and not just be somebody that was too good. And I met Bill and I was like, man, he's the guy, and he's been fantastic, and he'll be back again this year. We're branding the whole thing again on him, the big tailgate trailer, have his picture on there. And of course, he's got 3 Super Bowl rings too.
Yeah.
And but a great guy. I always tell him, he always asks me, he goes, why just me? I said, well, because Bill Bates rhymes with tailgate. He goes, oh, come on. I said, no, but it does.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably one of the best investments I ever made, ever. We have our water brought in. We can get a full 1,000 gallons for like $90. It's the pure clean water because you don't have to drive. And that thing spins and it's electric and it goes around the bus. We can wash a bus in 8 minutes. You put soap, you get soap, and you can adjust it to come in and out.
That's cool.
You wash a bus in 8 minutes. Go around it twice. That's all you do.
And what were you doing before that?
Hand washing. This is the typical setup. They all have satellite TV. They all have Wi-Fi. They all have electrical plugs, USB ports, bathrooms, of course. And we like that wood grain flooring too.
Yeah.
And that reclining seats, of course.
So what?
And we just got that. We just got a stretcher. I mean, A Sprinter van.
Smart.
Yeah, and that's nice. And all the universities use them. This is Josh Haynes.
Hey, Josh.
He does our concerts. Rick Wright, our safety man. Got to have good safety. And you got Jackie to take care of all the money. You got to be able to.
I've written her checks before.
What's up?
You got Crystal as AKA the boss.
She's the one that keeps it going.
And you're on video too.
Yeah.
Glad you dressed up today for it.
You like big things, big buses, you drive a big truck, and then you've also had some sports cars in the past.
Yep.
So thinking
Actually, I
of
bought a
all
Corvette from you one time.
yes, you did.
Yeah.
So thinking of all that, this makes perfect sense. You ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Kris, meet the 2020 Toyota Corolla.
Oh.
So I did this intentionally, all joking aside, because this would not be a car you would probably own or drive.
That's correct.
You know, it's a great car. So I want your opinion of it. I want your honest opinion of it. This is brand new, redesigned. It's got all the tech in it. I'm going to show you all about the tech, and I think you're going to be super impressed.
Well, right now, just by looking at it, it's classic.
So I'm going to put that little button on right there, and it should pop up on the dash. It is.
Oh.
Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to take your foot off the brake. Hit the gas lightly. Put your foot back on the brake. Take your foot off. That's parking hold. Now what that does, when you first go, I don't know if I see a reason for that. I promise you this.
I already see a reason for it.
If you're in Dallas
Yeah.
and stop and stop traffic, it's there. Okay?
Yep.
And then if you're going through a drive-through, it's
Perfect.
such a small thing. It's one of my favorite things in all these cars.
And it's just that easy.
It's just that easy.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, a couple years ago, Akio Toyota, he's the grandson of the guy who started Toyota, took the helm. And when he did this, he started making Toyota cars more exciting, and they look great. I mean, it's small trim things like even the, you know, the blue on the dash, you know, and how it flows great. It feels like you're in a little cockpit right here. The brand new 2020 Corolla does have Apple CarPlay in it. And if you have not driven a vehicle with Apple CarPlay and you have an Apple, you need to. It makes things so much better.
Absolutely.
You know, you can send text messages. You can. It's just like mirroring your phone. Oh, hey, you got a new text message.
Oh, it's Keenan Pyatt.
Keenan Pyatt said, "Keenan is the best." Would you like to reply?
Yes.
What do you want to say?
You are the best. Not.
You know, when you're in the off season of the Cowboys, right?
Yes.
That's obviously your busy time. What projects do you have going right now? What's going on?
Well, as I said, we have the concert business that we're getting into. Well, that we've been in for 4 or 5 years now, and we have the big Concho Valley Spring Jam with Cole Wetzel and Cody Jinks and Dirty River Boys, and we got about 10 artists in 3 days, one stage, and looking to have a huge weekend that weekend. And
When is that again?
it's May 3rd, 4th, and 5th, Cinco de Mayo weekend.
And it's in San Angelo,
In
correct?
San Angelo at the River Stage.
Yep.
And if you've never been to the River Stage, it is a fantastic venue. Fantastic.
That's exactly
They
right.
always sell them.
Always selling. Yeah.
We're just zipping on down the road right here.
Yeah. So how fast are you going right now?
I'm doing 62 miles an
Okay,
hour.
I am going to put it over to sport mode, which just changes a couple things. You can see your dash just went red.
Yep.
Okay. Now then,
I feel like the steering wheel tightened up a little bit too.
Well, it probably did. Now you got a little sportier feel.
Yeah.
I want you to punch it.
Yeah, we got up quick.
Yeah.
To
I mean,
80 like
it's
that.
a small 4-cylinder car.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's not a race car. But if you need to pass somebody, the power is there.
And as I said earlier, the wind's blowing and you can't even really tell.
Yeah. One of the things on here that's kind of neat, a little freaky at the same time. Okay. So I'm gonna reach across so I can set it here because I'm not familiar with it. So I'm gonna turn the cruise control on. Make sure that came on. Yep. And then get where you're comfortable, right about there. And I'm gonna go ahead and set that. So your cruise control is on. We're going 66 miles an hour.
Yep.
Now this has lane tracing technology in it. Okay. So what that's gonna do is that's gonna keep you in the center lane. I want you to do something. This is not something. Take your hand slightly off the wheel. What's it doing?
Stand right in the middle.
Yeah.
It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
It's exactly what it does. Now, that's not what you want to do, right?
No.
Now, is there anybody in this left side? I want you to try to get in that left lane. Just try to drive into the left lane. Don't put your blinker on, though. What does it feel like?
It's not letting me.
You can overpower and get over.
Yeah, you could, but
it's not letting
it's not
you
letting me.
Now, if you put your blinker on, you can go right into it.
Yeah.
No problem at all. Is that not crazy?
That's unbelievable.
And of course, it has the laser cruise too. What that's going to do is, this
pull
car,
up
it's
on somebody,
going to pull you. That's exactly right. It's going to either slow you down or allow you to, keep pace with the person in front of you.
It's almost driving itself.
Yeah. And remember, this is not a $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 car.
I know.
This is, the RAV4 has this now. The Corolla IM, which is a hatchback model of this. I think in this Habit, this is going to be standard equipment moving forward. All of our cars are
all of
going
them
to have
have
this.
it.
Yes. Blind spot monitors in these cars keeps you aware. I went to Dallas this weekend, and the vehicle I drive has blind spot monitors also. I don't know if I'd want to go anywhere without a blind spot monitor now.
Yeah, no joke.
You just feel so much more comfortable. Joking aside, you like trucks. You're going to drive trucks, SUVs.
Sure.
But what kind of person do you think would benefit from this car? Or what kind of person would, if you had to describe somebody, who would they be that would drive this car?
A guy like Josh, our concert events coordinator.
Uh-huh.
Josh would be the perfect person for something like this. He's got a family. He still likes to be sporty.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that little class in him.
Yep.
But he drives a Camaro, but it's a V6. But man, this thing gets up and go. He's the perfect example of somebody that would drive this car.
Yep.
So the Dallas Cowboys schedule comes out May 1st.
Okay.
And so as soon as the schedule comes out, we start selling.
Okay.
So we're back in football mode.
Yeah.
So that's when we call all of our customers and get them all lined up, ready to start the new year. Schedules out. We are going to do another flyaway this year, which has been very successful for us out of Abilene. We're in a full commercial airliner. This year we're going to New Orleans. 3 days, 2 nights. Dallas Cowboys versus New Orleans Saints, Bourbon Street, the whole 9 yards. This thing rides smooth.
I mean, here's the thing: is if I had come up and not told you it was a Corolla,
I would have never known.
Yeah,
There's
you
no
might
way.
have figured out because of the mere size of it, but you wouldn't think that's a Toyota Corolla. You know what the number one selling car of all time is, right? Toyota Corolla in the world.
Well, it's fixing to get
Even more.
even more.
Yeah. A lot of other car manufacturers are getting out of the car business. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
There are other car manufacturers not making cars anymore. So as other manufacturers exit this, we'll just exert dominance even more, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back at VIP Sports with Kris Randolph. Kris, what'd you think of the 2020 Corolla?
Very nice. Couldn't believe how much power it actually had, and the lane change technology and everything that it comes with it. It's fantastic.
Pretty amazing.
It's very amazing.
Yeah. And you wouldn't have thought you were in a Corolla if I had told you.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And I like this blue trim too.
Looks good.
It's pretty sweet.
It's an awesome car. Kris, you're an awesome guy, awesome friend. So proud of what you've done with your business, and
Thank you.
we'll both be around for a while, so I can't wait to see what you do. There you go.
Can't wait.